Hello and welcome everyone to Gundam of Gundams. It's Josh,
This is Amy.
and today we got episode 7 of Gquuuuuux, and boy oh boy, that was just crazy.
There's a lot of things to unpack from this.
A lot of things to unpack. I have 3 pages of notes, so let's just get right to it.
Let's go for it.
Alright, so episode begins. Machu is heading towards the clan battle area, and she kind of stops to switch places with Nyan.
Yeah, so we now know that Nyan is piloting the Gundam for part of this clan battle. Not exactly a clan battle, for sure.
Yeah, it just goes sideways, but we'll get to that eventually. At the same time, the military police are just swarming inside of the colony, since the clan battle arena got set to inside of the colony.
Yeah, and we find out later, I think, that the Titans didn't want that to happen, or I guess pseudo-Titans, but
Yeah,
I think we'll just call them the Titans for right now. But essentially, they were trying to leak it so that it was somewhere else, so they could carry out what their plan was in this episode, but for some reason the MPs were just kind of buzzing around everywhere. Could have been because Cassilia is there inside the colony, but their plans don't work out as well as they want to, and of course this whole clan battle just turns into just a nightmare, so...
yeah, they are swarming around everywhere inside the colony, like right in front of the Sodan, right in front of the government building, just making things shake and all that. But speaking of the government building, Cassilia has her meeting with Bergamino,
Yes.
Pergamino, whichever way you want to pronounce it. We have visual of him this time.
So we were right on this one. Yay! I'm excited. But yeah, just kind of recapping back to what we had thought about him. He's just one of the big business people who was in Side 6 when the White Base was there in the original series. And they just used his dock. Looks like he is actually the president of Side 6 in this iteration, though.
Yes, and they are there to discuss a plan which is allegedly supposed to help rejuvenate Earth.
And we're just going to call BS on that right now.
Yeah.
So I think we took a picture of the document.
Yeah, it's a solar ray plan.
And I think it's described as a way to direct sunlight on the Earth, probably to help things grow, in very big quotations.
Yeah.
But one of the things that jumped out at us was the name of it, and I might pronounce this wrong. I don't do a lot of Lovecraftian stuff, so...
Yeah, this is some crazy shit right here.
So it's Yomantho? You know what? If in the comments you guys can tell me if I am pronouncing that right or wrong. But essentially, when you see the picture too, we were like, that's a really weird picture.
That's a really weird picture.
So apparently it's known as the Feaster of the Stars. It's basically just a malevolent being that does not like humanity. So I'm assuming by naming it that thing, probably not good. I had kind of thought about it too. So we were thinking about how the Earth forces haven't unveiled like a solar kind of mirror thing like they did in the first war. Like we don't know about it in Gquuuuuux if it even existed. But you would think since Solomon did happen, it probably would have. But that was kind of my thing, like just putting mirrors, it's apparently directing sun somewhere on the Earth. So that would be like my big thing. Is it just like this huge mirror system that basically just fries the whole planet essentially?
Yeah, kind of like when you take a magnifying glass to an ant.
But yeah, and then back in that other episode with the Tri-Stars or Bi-Stars, I guess, I don't know. We also got confirmation that Zeon is buying up a whole bunch of junk. So it's not... I don't think it's past like the realm of, impossibility that they're burning all that junk to make mirrors. Kind of a simple thing. So yeah, it's really interesting, and I think that's what this whole super weapon or I don't know rejuvenation project is. It looks like it's just a whole bunch of mirrors. Of course, with the Lovecraftian thing attached to it with the name, obviously it doesn't like humanity. So I'm thinking this is just a giant solar ray thing to basically burn the surface of the Earth, which I guess in the long run would help it like rejuvenate. I mean, just like a forest fire or something is gonna help like the soil and stuff get more nutrients and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, oh, you're gonna wipe out everything, are you?
Yeah, same time, we're kind of going the Dark Gundam route of, just killing humanity.
And just like with this whole Lovecraftian thing too, man, I think it opened up a whole bunch of theories too. But we'll talk about that, I think, later when we kind of get to that part of the episode. But yeah, it was kind of crazy to like go back and like, what the heck is that?
Yeah. So, Pergamino and Cassilia talk about the plan after she leaves. He says something hilarious about, they're trying to atone for dropping the colony. It's like, no, they're not.
Yeah, that's definitely a not.
It's the zombies we're talking about. Come on, man. Alright, but he does mention that the Xeon budget is too big. Like, it would bankrupt any other country.
It's kind of funny thinking about that in real life perspective because so many countries just go off budget anyway. But
yeah, I mean, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And I think if it's what we think it is being a super weapon, that's definitely not really going to matter. So.
Yep. And we also get confirmation that the Side 6 government kind of organizes the clan battles.
They definitely allow them.
Yeah.
Just because it makes the colony some good money, so.
Alright, well, next scene, we see all phones and communications are down. That's because the Titans have dispersed Minovsky particles inside of the colony.
Yeah, we get that really weird throwaway line from, what is it, Do, the pilot of the Psycho Gundam. She's like, I like the smell of, Minovsky particles, I guess. I don't know what they smell like, but...
I wonder if that's what's being pumped in her mask.
It could be, yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
We never got an explanation for that, so...
It also sounds like they tried to lure the military police away, but it didn't work.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it could have just been maybe they were on heightened status because Cassilia's in the colony. Who knows? But that didn't work out. I mean, it's not really going to matter, let's be honest. But yeah, the MPs don't really do much, I guess, in this situation.
Yeah. But they go ahead. They start moving. And at the same time, Nian and Shuji arrive to the clan battle location. And Nian is thinking about her conversation with Machu, about how there's a plan for all three of them to leave.
Yep, she's essentially going to go get the space glider ready so they can leave right after this battle, essentially.
Yeah. And while they're kind of staking out, kind of sneaking around looking for their target, Nian is thinking about how she has to leave, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, so there's a lot of news articles about how they're hunting for the 17-year-old girl who's basically a courier, and how she's not going to get, her refugee status anymore. So citizenship is bye-bye out the window now.
Yep, she has a warrant for her arrest, apparently. And while that's going on, again, Machu tries to steal the money from the Pomeranians.
Yes, the Tomino dollars. It was so funny finding out about that, but I didn't know it was a picture of Tomino on there just because I'm so used to him with the bald head. But yeah, it's really hilarious, and I knew she was gonna go back for that money.
Yep, and Anki catches her in the act. I was actually a little surprised because it seemed like she didn't notice Machu, but maybe her conversation with Chaliable kind of connected a few dots.
Yeah, for sure. I think she finds out that the courier, Nyan, is the actual one who's piloting it right now, so that's how Machu is able to go back and steal the money and stuff.
Yep. And in the moment, she sees the gun in the safe, which will be used later.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I think we go back out to the battle, right?
Yep, we go back out to the battle. The Psycho Gundam transforms to attack. We see like a lot of cameras in like the
facial
face
area.
And it kind of gets covered up with kind of like a shredder mask.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminded me of too.
But we get Zeta Gundam music during this part.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. That was really fun. You were just like humming it, and you were like, "Wait, is that it? Is that it?" They're like, "Oh, it's that. It's that."
Ba 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 da 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 da.
That's no AC unit, for sure. I think we can confirm that now.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though how the mobile armor looks just like a box, essentially. Like, you know how like the other Psycho Gundams kind of have like that elongated kind of like plane look thing at the top of the MA mode, and this is just like a big box. Oh, and yeah, we forgot the Hammurabi's also there.
Yes, the Hammurabi is also there, which was also another cool surprise.
Yeah, it was kind of hard. Like, you couldn't really see it in the episode preview from last week hanging off of the Psycho Gundam, but now you get like a really good view of it. And that's piloted by Gates.
Yeah, and dude just starts going ham on the city, pretty much.
Essentially, yeah.
Like, she just fires at Nian and Suji.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, that city is screwed up.
Yeah, that city is really screwed up.
But from there, we go back to Machu and Anki. Machu's pointing a gun at her.
Yeah, the gun from the safe.
Yeah, the gun from the safe. And Anki is just so overconfident that Machu's not going to shoot.
Ooh, and comes close though.
Comes close. I have no clue how she missed.
Probably just, not dealing with the, the force coming from the gun shooting, or, maybe part of her inside, she doesn't want to shoot her too. I mean, she does talk about how she respects Anki a lot, and then it wasn't until she found out she was going to get backstabbed that, that she wanted to steal the money, so.
Yeah. I'm just surprised because she was like arm's reach away.
Yeah, she was literally about to take the gun out of her hand, and then you see the hole in the wall, and you're like, oh, that was close.
Yep. Well, Machu leaves. She runs away. Anki is saying, like, you're going to regret this.
Yeah, essentially, you're just throwing your life away for a man.
Yeah.
But she's the one kind of encouraged Machu at the same time, so...
Yeah, it's her words that egged her on to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But we go back to the battle, and the military police is attacking the Gquuuuux and the Red Gundam first, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not really doing anything about the actual Psycho Gundam, which is, firing beams and everything off everywhere in the colony, so...
Yeah, I feel like that's way more of a threat.
Yeah, I guess they don't see it that way.
It's like, what is going on here? Like, at first I thought maybe the military police were kind of in on it, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
But eventually, the Gquuuuux crashes under the freeway. And Nian just gets catapulted out of the cockpit somehow.
But, yeah, Shuji kind of lands under that freeway, too, and that's when we get to see the moment with the hug, which is pretty messed up, if you ask me. So, essentially, Nian is like, Shuji, let's just get out of here, just the two of us, so not even including Machu in the plan. At least Machu includes her in the plan, even though they were, kind of having an argument and stuff, so... Yeah, she basically just says, hey, let's run away. We don't have anywhere else to go. And then we get the really weird thing happen after that.
Yeah, Shuji says that the Gundam is saying that the Rose is awakening. And that's very curious because at first we thought that the Rose of Sharon or Sharon or whatever, we thought it was Lala.
Yeah, because you don't see her during the actual Gquuuuuux, even the beginning one, which I think we're gonna see the rest of it coming this next week. But
Yeah.
so we don't see Lala at all. So we assumed that because we had the Lala sound in there, maybe she was the Rose. I don't know, but I think with the whole Lovecraftian thing thrown in there now, that this thing looks like it has like petals and stuff. What is it? What if it's talking about that for all we know?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe this is this show's explanation of new types.
It could be. We don't. We know somebody is past what new types called a Kira.
Yeah.
Is it like just some interdimensional like thing over there? I don't know. I mean,
It would make sense. Like, I can see time itself.
yeah, we don't know. So another question is Shuji, because he just disappears with the actual Red Gundam in this moment. So is he like he says he sees beyond the other side too, which is like
Yeah.
I just don't know if like new types or maybe because I know that you haven't seen Evangelion. He gives off a lot of Kaoru vibes, who is an angel in that series, basically taking human form. So I don't know if like he's from the other side as well. Heck, we don't know about Lala either, because she was such a strong new type, but also had connection to the other side. Like, what if she is evolved or gone into something that's far beyond like what a new type actually is now? So it's I don't know, the whole Lovecraftian thing is just making me think like dang, what's going on out in the freaking Kira world now?
Yeah, I have no clue. This is new territory. Like, I thought I had a okay understanding of what caused the Zeknova, but now I'm like second guessing myself.
Yeah, especially because the Omega Psycho system in the actual Gquuuuuux, it didn't actually activate. So we thought the last time that it was just a resonance of like maybe like new type wills or something, because even Yan doesn't have a new type kind of flash thing. She gets kind of stuck in kind of Shuji's kind of Kira thing that sucks him up too.
Yeah, and it's important to note that Shuji is the only one
That disappears.
who disappears. Nyan was right there.
Yeah, so the Gundam doesn't take her with him, so he just kind of disappears into the void with the Red Gundam.
And when it disappears, it's almost like a black hole or something.
Yeah, it like takes like even like the road parts of the colony. Luckily not the whole thing, because then you have a big hole in the colony, but
yeah, it's kind of like if you guys have seen like the 2000s Justice League cartoon, the episode where Superman gets sent into the future by
the Toy Maker.
Yeah, Toy Man.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, by Toy Man. And just pieces of his surroundings have also been sent to the future as well.
Yeah, which probably happened with during the actual Zeknova in the first part too, because remember part of
The Rock.
The Rock was gone too.
Yeah.
But yeah, part of the street's gone, and it looks like just a big black hole essentially, with like some of like the new type kind of like green kind of sparkle stuff at the end of it.
Yeah.
Another thing you want to point out though is that Cecilia can actually hear the la sound when that does happen.
Yeah, she can hear it.
And the person who's with her, I don't think we get a name for him. He can't hear it at all, so I don't know. Cecilia has new type potential, I guess.
Yeah. Duke can also hear it, and she is kind of like in pain / going crazy from it.
Yeah, it's like for all that talk about how she wanted to see the Kira, like with it disappearing and stuff, it just like leaves her in intense pain.
Yeah, and she's just firing even more. It just destroying even more buildings.
Then we have like this visual of like the armor coming off of like the actual Psycho Gundam.
That is a little later.
Is it a little later?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens? Go to your next ones.
Alright, so during this whole Zeknova, It's visible from Caecilia's hotel room, everything like that. Titans head towards Caecilia. Oh, sorry. I guess we were there.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah, the armor detaches from the Psycho Gundam, and underneath it looks very Evangelion-esque. It has like muscles.
Yeah, it's like very human body-ish looking. It does leave a crotch plate, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But essentially, she uses the armor as kind of like almost bits or fangs or something like in Double O.
Yeah.
It just gets thrown at all the MPs and stuff and starts exploding. So
yeah, it starts just like crushing
the
military Zaku's. Okay, so during all of this, I feel like I say that during the like this review is just me saying during all of this because all this happens at once.
Yeah, it does.
It just cuts to this and then back and then just back and forth all the time. But Machu ends up finding the Gquuuuux underneath the freeway. No Nian or Gundam in sight. She approaches the Gquuuuux and she gets caught by the military police. And they're able to identify her.
98%, I think it says on there. But yeah. It's pretty clear that it's Machu or Amate, I guess.
Yep, she gets identified to the public.
Which we'll see eventually at the end of the episode, and essentially she just has to get out of there. The Gquuuuux activates, and then basically she just climbs into it, so...
Yeah, which, it's very interesting. It activates before she gets in.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Which, I still question, there is a Psycho Gundam in the city. Why are you so concerned about this particular mobile suit?
There's so much death and stuff around, it's like, really?
Yeah, you should, be going after the thing that's an active threat.
But yeah, so Machu does escape in the Gquuuuux, so that kind of ends that scene there. She does lose her Tomino dollars, which is sad.
Yeah, the backpack gets shot with all the money.
Sad times.
Yep. Now, this is a really cool scene. So we go back to the government building. Caecilia's up on the roof, and she gets stared down by the Psycho Gundam. It's just peeking over, like, the ledge.
We noticed, like, how many times, like, Gundams will peek around corners and stuff in this episode, which was, like, part of it was really funny. This one is just, like, the giant, like, killing machine playing peekaboo with Caecilia.
Yeah. It's also hilarious because it's like clinging to the building, like if it was King Kong or something.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But before Du can do anything, Xavier shows up in a Gian.
Yeah, we got a Gian now.
Yeah, and he's dodging everything. He actually looks competent.
It was kind of weird, but yeah, he's using the Gian. He's here to protect Caecilia. But then...
the goat arrives.
The goat, the best character in the series, arrives.
Shalia Bull arrives in the Kikaroga, which looks like the Brow Bro.
Until later. We'll talk about that later, but
yeah. And I guess he is nicknamed the Gray Phantom.
Yeah, that's what Gates calls him.
Yep. Now, Shalia pretty much just wipes out those two really easily.
Yeah, he's got no problems with this.
It's an easy W.
That's my boy Shalia.
Yep. And Du says something along the lines of, we chose to further...
evolve, I guess? Yeah.
To, like, further evolve, so we are the ones who are worthy of being new types.
Yeah, so probably, we don't know if Du was an actual new type to begin with. Kind of like a Puru or something. But I guess that justifies why she wanted to get experimented on and possibly expand those new type abilities.
If I had to guess, I think she is a cyber new type. That's kind of what Shalia was guessing, and
yeah,
what
that's
prompted
what he
her to say that.
But yeah, my boy Shalia, he takes down both Gates and Du pretty dang easily.
Yeah, really easily. And after he handles that, he goes off to go find the Gquuuuux. Who who, by the way, Machu, is just going crazy because she can't find Nyan, she can't find Shuji. She's just mentally freaking out.
Yeah, she's freaking out right now.
Yep, and the Gundam starts to respond to her freaking out, like the eyes go red.
Yeah, so we don't see, I don't think, there's probably more to the transformation, I would assume so.
Yeah, that's probably why it has, like, teeth looking...
Yeah, so kind of like an Evangelion kind of berserk mode, kind of.
Yeah.
I would assume that's kind of what it looks like it when it finally happens, but before she can actually transform all the way, Shalia comes in, he takes a shot, probably just grazes her just to kind of knock her out a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's when we see the Kikaroga actually is a mobile armor that can transform, so it has kind of like a mobile suit version with like the big like growl bro thing in the back for its butt, I guess.
Yeah, and like the guns kind of turn into the hands and feet.
Yeah. So yeah, Machu is knocked out, and Shalia takes her back to the Soden after that.
Yep, and she's branded a terrorist.
Yep. So you see, just like the news and stuff, her mom is figuring it out now, which I thought she was gonna die. I thought she had a huge death plague on her.
I thought a lot more people were gonna die in this episode, to be honest.
Yeah, apparently, like when her friends are looking at the phone, it says like over 100 people, but I thought it was gonna be definitely more people.
Yeah, there's definitely more people dead than that.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny though because we get the in-universe McDonald's, even though I'm gonna call trademark copy on that because we all know that McDaniel's is on Granada, so you know.
Yeah.
Unless McDaniel's didn't come to be because the whole Char thing, who knows, but...
Or... Okay, so... I might be wrong, but in other countries, Burger King is called something else.
Oh yeah, like, you know, Hardee's or like Carl's Jr. or something.
Yeah. So it could be a situation like that, where they don't have the trademark in that particular region.
It could be. All I just know is that Hankin is not there frying up burgers on the grill at McDaniel's like he's in Granada right now, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But yeah, she's branded a terrorist. We find out that her dad is a diplomat through dialogue.
Yep.
And then, of course, her mom is like... Her mom doesn't even know what a clan battle is. It's just like, what world do you live in?
She's a workaholic.
Yeah, I know, but seriously, it's like, man, you don't pay attention to anything in your world, and you know what? That's probably why Machu is now branded a terrorist, so...
Yep, just absentee parents.
Yep, for both of her ends, too, because the dad's apparently not there.
Yeah.
But you know, Josh, that Shuji could have been the father she needed. Sorry, I saw that on X, and then I'm like, oh god, yeah. It's just the difference between Shuji and Lala, where, of course, Shuji's a boy, so he's just the father figure that Machi always wanted.
Nyan, you don't get to judge me. Shuji was someone who was like a father to me.
Actually, that's a good lead up into our end of this episode. So, I think the next scene is going to the Soden, right? Or am I skipping it?
Yeah, you're kind of skipping it.
Okay.
So before that, we see.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we see Xavier. Somehow he finds Nyan.
Yeah, we don't know how, but he does.
Yeah, I don't understand how he does it, but he recruits her to Zeon.
Yeah, so essentially she just comes with them. He picks her up in the GAN, and then we'll see them later.
Yeah. She's kind of going through a whole I have nowhere else to go kind of phase.
Yeah.
Very emo.
Very emo. Both of our main characters are very emo. We'll
right
say
now,
that. Yeah. They're going through their emo stages. Doesn't Machu also talk about how she hates adults? Didn't that remind you of Camille?
Oh, yeah. When she's running away from Anki. It's like, I hate adults. You say one thing and do another.
Very Camille-esque. She didn't punch her in the face, though, like, you know, Camille does to Char during Zeta, so.
No, she does not. But
she almost shoots her, so that kind of counts.
Yeah, she almost shoots her. But the crisis is resolved. It's announced that Zeon arrested like the terrorists or whatever
Yeah.
over the news.
So they just point out that basically Shalia Bull took care of the terrorists. So.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we go back to the Sodon, and pretty much it's just Cassilia saying, hey, "Good job, your mission at Side 6 is over. Go to your next assignment."
And Xavier's not there. He's actually staying with Cassilia. So.
Yeah.
But I think we have the next Shalia scene before that, right? Or is that after?
That's after.
Oh, that's after? Okay.
Yeah. So we go back to Caecilia's ship,
Mm-hmm.
and she concludes that Shalia is not a spy working for Giran.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's true.
Yes, it is true, in a sense.
From a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view.
Yep, and we see that that Xavier brought Nian with him to the bridge.
Xavier's not going back to the Soden just because Cassilia feels like Shalia is not a threat now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he brings Nian with him, and Cassilia just asks, hey, is there anybody, family or friends that you need to get off of Side 6 to and bring to Zeon? And nope.
She's like, no,
I
don't have anyone.
So yeah, she's heading to Zeon.
Yep, she's
And
heading to Zeon, probably to fight on Cassilia's side.
And it'll be interesting too, because is she gonna get like cyber new typed in a way? Because she's probably going to Flanagan Institute because Xavier was from there too.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's gonna get messy.
It's gonna get messy. Like tragedy is going to just happen.
Yeah, not good.
But after that, we go back to the Sodon. Shalia is talking to Seamus.
Yeah.
And they're kind of talking about the situation, about the Zeknova and everything that happened. And Shalia states that in order to preserve the peace of this current time, they have to kill both Caecilia and Giran at the same time.
Yes! Team Shalia, I don't know, but yes.
So he's pretty much doing the exact same thing that Shar was going to do.
That's why he's my favorite. So I'm gonna assume that the Soden is basically gonna become like maybe like a pirate ship. I don't know, man. Where's Shima? Can they join Shima's forces too?
I mean, might be possible. Who knows?
But yeah, I think essentially they're gonna eventually go rogue. So they don't tell us where the next mission of the Soden is at this moment, but basically they're leaving Side 6. So
yes, they're leaving Side 6, and the episode ends with Machu in the brig, kind of listening to the radio about
how she's a terrorist.
About how she's a terrorist now.
And that's kind of where it ends, right?
Yeah, that's where it ends. So for right now, I have the named character kill count at 7.
So we have to add on Dew, and we have to add on Gates for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I need to go back again because I'm not sure if the military police guys that Shalia killed last episode were given names beforehand. I know they showed up briefly in I think one of those previous episodes. If anybody wants to put in the comments that they were actually named in the actual episode, tell me, because we want an accurate kill count. But yay!
Yeah, if I think of any more, then I'll have it somewhere on screen right now. But I'm pretty sure it's 7.
Yeah, we're pretty sure it's at 7 right now, excluding the over 100 people because they didn't get named in the colony. So
yes.
Now that wasn't a big kill count.
Yeah. All right, so that concludes this episode, really.
Mm-hmm.
The next time portion, it's just the part of the movie that we didn't get in episode 2.
But you have to wonder, because I don't know if that's actually the length of an episode. Like, are they going to add more into it?
They have to, like in my opinion.
Because basically we saw the beginning of kind of that. We didn't see them start the actual operation to, protect Granada, but at the same time, we've seen kind of it leaked into there, and I just don't think from the movie itself that that's enough time to cover an episode length.
I don't think so.
So it'll be interesting to see what they add, or, if we're just gonna, jump to the present again and, finish off there.
Yeah, it really depends. If there is new footage during that episode, we will for sure make the review.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it will kind of be up in the air, I kind of feel like. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, it would kind of just depend. Maybe we do, even, if there's no new stuff, maybe we make a short one just to be, maybe to just gather our thoughts, depending on if we get any more information leaked through this episode, but, it's hard to say. It's kind of like those first 3 episodes again, where it's we already kind of covered everything.
Yeah.
In the movie review, so it just kind of depends. But, from there, I think we should probably just kind of unpack what we thought about this episode in general, and then, kind of move on from there, man. There's a lot, man.
Yeah. This episode is, I might give it an A. Just because it changes everything so much from what it was.
Yeah, I was expecting, shit to hit the fan, but I was not expecting certain things to happen, so it really did surprise me in a lot of ways, so it was a really good episode. Dang. Everything is completely different now, like you said.
Yeah, especially when we were looking into what that solar ray plan was called. And we kind of went down a rabbit hole there for a second.
Yeah, with all the Lovecraft stuff. We don't know anything about that.
Oh my god.
We were looking at the paper itself with the picture. We're that does not look good.
Yeah, I'm something about this symbol makes me feel uncomfortable. And so we kind of looked it up.
And we're just okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. That's cool, I guess.
I guess that, we forgot to mention that Cameron was there, too, with, Bergamino.
Oh, yeah.
But, I guess none of them know anything about Lovecraftian lore, I guess. I don't know if it even exists in the UC timeline, but it's kind of funny.
I mean, UC is just, our world, but,
later on in the future?
Yeah, just later on in the future, because...
Maybe Lovecraft became lost to time. There is
shared history.
Yeah. All that Lovecraftian stuff just became lost to time. It's like how Hitler was in the Middle Ages or something. But, yeah, so that just made my brain just go so many places. I'm just there's is there something evil, beyond the Kira or something? I have no idea, but it's it just makes you think so many different things that could be going on in this series.
Yeah, and then we kind of started thinking about is the Kira another dimension?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Zeknova, how the things disappear, like you said.
Yeah.
It's just all that solid mass had to go somewhere. It's a black hole that just sucked everything up.
Especially with just what was the trigger this time?
Yeah, we don't exactly know. It wasn't any new type will situation or anything. Kind of in Char's counterattack, how all those people's wills came together and essentially made that happen. But it was just Shuji and Nan, so I'm not exactly sure what set it off. All we see is the Psychomu system just kind of start going off in the Gundam.
Yeah, and Shuji's not in it.
Nope. Just will of its own. So, and of course we hear the La sound again, so we don't know if my god, maybe she's some interdimensional being
demon.
Now. Yeah, demon now. I mean, we always make fun of it, but she essentially makes Char and Amuro kill each other so she can have them for themselves, man. That's demon enough for me at this point. That's why I'm also wondering too, is Shuji one of those maybe from beyond the thing? I have no idea what's going on.
I have no clue.
There's just like so much to unpack with this now that we have like Lovecraft and Gundam now. It's like, oh my god. Your brain hurts.
Yeah, my brain hurts.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing will treat new types as. Because like you said, there's no words for this, man. There's just so much more information that you're like, oh my god, is like this happening on the other side of the Kira Kira? Because we know somebody is there. Char is talking to somebody on the other side.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just thinking about like what it could be.
You know, there's just some interdimensional being there that wants to kill all of humanity. That's all.
What is this, Nier?
I don't know.
This Drakengard and Nier?
I mean, same thing with Evangelion too. It's like the angels come and
I guess. I mean,
kill humanity. I guess. I don't know. Want to turn them all into primordial soup? I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. I have no idea. But with Lovecraft in there, and then you've got Evangelion references, and it's just like there's just so much that's going on to this Gundam series that we need answers to it. And I think hopefully this shift going out of Side 6 is gonna start giving us those answers.
I feel like the theorists who are like, okay guys, this is a weird time hopping series kind of deal, like those theorists are having a field day with this episode. Because everyone was like, no, this is just an alternate series. There's nothing like time or dimension hopping going on here.
Yeah.
And then you have the potential for that very thing to be true.
Yeah, one day Char is just gonna walk out of like, I know, blinding light someday and see Shalia, and he's like, you Shalia? Dude, man. Where have I been these like past like 5 years?
Like, how long has it been? You grew a beard.
Oh man. Okay, but we could go on like this.
Oh yeah, we could go on like this for hours. It's just prime theory material in my opinion.
Yeah. So besides that, what else did you like from the episode, or do you have any criticisms or anything like that?
Ooh, any criticisms? I kind of wish we got more of a battle between the Pomeranians and the Psycho Gundam.
Yeah, it just kind of shit goes off the rails right away. So like nothing exactly happens. Like they don't even get to like even try to beat each other up, I guess is what.
Yeah, they do just like fires at them once, and that's about it, I think.
Yeah. So everybody thought that this would be Machi's first kill, but no.
Nope.
Now that's quite interesting to have her like taken out of the battle right away. So we'll see what happens to Machu on board of the Soden, but I would have think that she's gonna join Shalia's group, and of course that's gonna put her into major conflict with Nian, who is definitely in Cassilia's camp at this point. So
be funny if this just all ends at Baoku like normal.
Well, they gotta go kill Giran too, so you know.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Like the Zek Nova will happen, and like in, I don't know, Avengers, like people start coming out of there. Char just comes out of there. He's like, I'm back, and then he just does, I don't know.
He headshots both of them.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
I will only accept, the only other person who can actually assassinate Cassilia or Giran has to be Shalia, because he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really like the animation in this. Like whoever drew all these scenes and like the mobile suits and stuff, my gosh, there's just so many detailed like screenshots we took, and they're just really nice looking, man.
Yeah, we were going through looking for pictures to put up, and I'm like, man, all of these could be thumbnails.
Like they look so good. So, animation team who worked on this, thank you.
Really good.
Same thing with the music people, because that Zeta Gundam music coming up while the
it just
Psycho
hit
Gundam, yeah. The Psycho Gundam's transforming and you hear the Zeta Gundam music and you're like, oh wow, yes.
Let's see. But do you have anything else to add, or?
Oh, it's hard to say. I'm just looking forward to seeing how the series flips. Because now you have Nian, who is definitely on the other side with Cecilia. God knows if she's going to get, cyber enhanced abilities, because I'm sure she's going to go to the Flanagan Institute with Xavier. So, how crazy is that going to make her? She was already crazy when she went through that battle in the Gquuuuuux. So, is she going to pilot like a Psycho Gundam or something in the end? That, I wouldn't be surprised. Of course, Machu is on the Sodun, so she'll probably join Shalia. And, of course, that's going to come into conflict later on, so we'll see if the Gquuuuuux, like we had talked about earlier, actually transforms more into, like, more of a berserk mode. But, yeah, it can't be good. Can't be good to know where Nian and Machu are going to head and eventually meet each other in battle, probably. And then God knows what happened to Shuji. We'll see what happened, I guess. I don't know. But there's just so much to speculate from this. And, my God, it was a good episode. It was a really good episode, so.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Any last thoughts from you?
Not really. I think you hit a lot of my opinions spot on. I don't think I do.
All right, well, I think we will take a breather from this because there's a lot to take in, and we'll see what happens with next week. If it's just the movie stuff, we'll see if we actually make a review or not, but if there's more, we will definitely make a review, so.
Yep.
But thanks for listening to all of our ramblings, because there was a lot to take in. There's a lot of new theories. All this is crazy. Anything coming up, Josh, for the channel, or because I know you just put up your new short, right?
Yep. There will be a review of that Musai I built in the short. I just need to finish up like the ending recording of it. So there's that. Encounters in Space, last episode of Amro's story is this Friday. I apologize in advance. The game audio for that is going to be high too. I'm sorry.
Maybe one day we'll go back and redo it again. I don't know.
Yeah, but I will do like the extra stories in that game, and the audio will be better.
Neat. All right.
Yep. Oh, and Gundam Seed Battle Destiny this week.
Oh, that's right. It's coming out this week.
Yes. So I'm deciding whether or not I want to do a live stream for that or not.
Yes, so that, and then I think we were going to try to get one for UC Engage done too, because
Total War is on. Your favorite.
God. I hate it. But yeah, that's what's coming up. Appreciate you guys for listening to all of our ramblings. Let's sign off.
Yep. This is Josh.
This is Amy.
For Gundam of Gundams. See you guys later.
And please like, share, and subscribe. We'll try to get to all this new content soon. And thank you guys for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.